Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. New England Patriots back to the AFC Championship game. 28-16 victory over the Houston Texans. As Adam Schefter pointed out, and this is an amazing stat when the NFL wants to tell you about all the parity, the last 15 years in the AFC, every one of those years either had the Chiefs or the Patriots in the AFC title game. One of them with both of them. Just an amazing win. Go. What are you? You're itching to say something. Go ahead.
Well, it's just interesting to me that you look like the cat who ate the canary over there, just so pleased with yourself and pleased with the Patriots.
I am.
When preseason, when Cece and I were picking the Patriots to go from worst to first in the division, we were talking about how we expected Drake Maye to take a big step forward. We were hyping them up. You were like, no, this is not going to happen. Like, you guys, I don't know what you guys are on. The Patriots are not going to be good this year. They do not have the personnel in place. And yet you're sitting.
I didn't say they weren't going to be good. That's not what I said. I said they weren't going to be as good as you guys thought they would be.
But you're taking your victory lap over there.
So you were wrong, and we were right.
I'm thrilled to be wrong.
That's right. So I don't know if you could take a victory lap on this one.
Sure. You can critique my victory lap or not. I'm totally say what you want. Call me the worst fan ever. I am. Great. Call me a front runner. I am. Great. Okay, awesome. The reality is the team that I root for and watch every game, and I watch every moment of every game with Mayo. I watch every moment of every game the last few years with Coach Belichick, and I've watched every moment of every game this year, right? You guys know my setup. It's one screen, Patriots, the other screen, Red Zone. That's my Sunday. And for the last couple of years, it wasn't good. It's only 2 years compared to 100 years for most teams.
So long.
And it's really remarkable what they were able to do. New England, 28-16. Drake Maye, 3 touchdowns in this game. I would not say that Drake Maye was great. It's just the weirdest thing that any human being maybe has ever analyzed football saying. I truly believe the Patriots' offensive game plan was to not let the Houston Texans defense score. I think that was their game plan. Those guys are so good they could actually score points. And I think being cautious at times, like they were, and punting the football, which was very smart, was very good. I've seen them play better, but the opportunistic nature of their defense was unbelievable, and I actually think the story of the game, despite the Patriots, is C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud is the story of the game, and it felt like at moments in that game that was the matchup that nobody wanted to win. But you said you weren't impressed with the Patriots' offense, and I was, because I know the degree of difficulty going up against that defense. And I thought Drake Maye was great. Would you like the ball security in the pocket to be a little bit better? Sure. Yeah. But when you're going up against 2 avatars, and Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., 2 guys that might make up the best edge rush, pass rush tandem in the entire league, then yeah, I could understand a couple of fumbles being on the ground. But that didn't stop Drake Maye from being able to play make. And you saw that early on, 4th down, the completion of Pop Douglas. Just a memo to the entire league. If you don't know, now you should know. Don't blitz Drake Maye. You're doing it to your own peril. I mean, the guy is number 1 in QBR against the blitz, number 1 in completion percentage against the blitz, number 1 in yards per attempt against the blitz, number 1 in yards against the blitz, and a 15-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So don't blitz Drake Maye.
He likes it. Don't do it.
Exactly. It's a bad idea. Reminds me of another quarterback that used to play in Foxborough. Don't blitz him. It's not going to work out for you. And yesterday, even when there were times where Drake Maye was under duress, he found a way to get the ball to the open receiver. The tight window throw for a touchdown that he had to Steph Diggs in the second quarter, that's a big boy throw, man.
Yep.
Great catch by Steph Diggs, but that's a big boy throw in traffic in a spot where you needed to get some points on the board where you're trying to retake the league. So I love what you saw from Drake Maye. To me, that's another stepping stone. That's a confidence builder to be able to go up against that defense and have success and hang, 27 points on them?
Yeah.
To 28 points on them? That's a good day's work.
I actually thought the best drive of the game, oddly enough, was one that they punted. Was that drive late, that 6-minute? I'm dead serious. They were up 28-16. They had a 10-play, 44-yard, 6-minute and 9-second drive late in the game.
Yep.
They punted. They did not score. They didn't even come close to scoring. At that moment, they had to find a way to take time off the clock. And they did so by running against this defense that was unreal. And they had played ball control. And Ramondre Stevenson had an injured eye in the first half, comes back in the second half. That second-to-last drive that they had was, I think, the most important drive of the game, and they punted. Now, there's going to be a week, hopefully weeks, to do on the Patriots.
Yeah, we'll have time to talk about that.
Let's talk about C.J. Stroud. He had 4 interceptions in the first half of this game. He was 20 of 47, 212, a touchdown, and 4 interceptions. C.J. Stroud was asked after the game, what caused you to have trouble protecting the football?
I think just trying to make plays, trying to, push the ball down the field and, put our team in position to score. So my intent in it is never to get to do that, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And, that happened today. And I'll take full responsibility. Something I'm going to learn from is just, ball security is everything, especially, the way our defense has played all year. And it's something that I've done a pretty good job of, up to this point. So I'm going to continue to, get better in that area. And, I'm not happy with myself when it comes to that because, I'm giving, points and opportunities away from our team.
What's going on with him? 7 turnovers in 2 games in the postseason.
Something's up because obviously you're looking at that game yesterday and the defense did enough for them to win. We said this heading into the game that C.J. Stroud just had to be decent in order for the Texans to have a good chance to win this game because that defense has been so remarkable all season long. But it was bad. You talk about the 4 turnovers in the first half. We were on the group chat being like, another one's coming in the second.
Man, just such a watch too.
Seriously, we felt like there was going to be more than 4. And he wins the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. He puts up historic numbers. And if you look at the numbers since then, it's been in decline. Each year that he's played, those numbers have been in decline. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with him. But the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud better figure it out because you have a defense that is built to win now. You have a great coach in DeMeco Ryans. If C.J. Stroud was protecting the football yesterday, you could have had a different outcome.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud needs to stop lying to us and keep it a buck in the post-game press conference because it wasn't a matter of him trying to push the ball down the field. Only one of those interceptions that he threw traveled more than 10 air yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and that was the one that Carlton Davis picked off. 1 knee equals 2 feet. That was an amazing catch by him. But the rest of them were throws that he should know better than to try to make. I just don't understand what C.J. Stroud is thinking. The lollipop that he threw up for grabs to Marcus Jones that got housed, how do you make that type of decision? That's absolutely egregious. These are mistakes that a quarterback of his ilk and quite frankly, of his status, should be beyond. He's in his 3rd year. This is his 3rd postseason. There's no way that C.J. Stroud should be in a position where he's having that amount of turnover-worthy plays in successive weeks. And the thing that's the most frustrating when you watch the way that game played out is that it's clear that C.J. Stroud wasn't seeing the coverage because he was too focused looking at the pass rush that was down in front of him. And I hate to use this word, but I got to because I think it fits. C.J. Stroud was shook yesterday. He was. And there was no doubt in my mind, even coming out after halftime, that the result was already in the bag, that the New England Patriots were advancing to the conference championship game, and that C.J. Stroud was not going to be able to turn that game around. And that opens the door for some really tough conversations that need to happen down in Houston this offseason, knowing that Stroud is extension eligible for the first time in his career. There's no question in my mind that that's off the table for the Houston Texans. The only question now is, what are you going to do with your quarterback situation moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. You say tough conversations, and I know what you're saying also. I think it's pretty easy. Learn from the Miami Dolphins with Tua. You're going to pick up the 5th-year option. You're going to play this out, and then you're going to advise him if you still don't have a decision on him. You cannot extend him. There's no reason to get rid of him. You're not going to find a better option for right now for your team. That just will not happen. You have to put in every ounce of effort to make him prove you wrong by picking up the option and not extending him. We are willing to overpay you or pay you market value once you put yourself in that market. Right now, we're learning from Tua. Dolphins should have never done that. They need to pick up the 5th-year option and year by year. And this is the nature of the NFL contracts. It's under team control. You can't do anything. You want to hold out? Okay, good luck. What are you going to do? I think that's what you have to do if you're Houston. Now, that is a tough conversation, but that is an easy answer, in my opinion, for the Texans. All right, we've been saying clear path, better do it this year. Well, guess what? They didn't. We'll discuss that next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Coming up on Monday,